Good afternoon, everyone. I'm actually here with a very special friend of ours, Roger Love.
Thank you so much.
He is our voice coach. So, I mean, why would we need a voice coach? We're not famous singers, as you can see on the wall behind us. Like, tell us about some of your people you've coached, Roger.
Well, you are famous voices. The people that come to me are either people who want to sing better or people that want to speak better or are having some problems with their voices.
Right.
For example, we were talking about your buddy and my student and buddy, Brendan Bouchard.
He's awesome.
And he likes to talk for hours and hours and hours and wants to do a lot of events and wants to reach a lot of people and have an impact on their lives positively. But he got to a point where he had run out of voice.
Yes.
And he called me from the parking lot one day, and he had 4 days still to do, and he had just started, and he had completely lost his voice.
Right.
From just overuse. So that started our relationship, because over the phone, in about 10 minutes, I was able to give him his voice back so that he could get back on stage and then work with everyone and change people's lives.
Well, and that's how we found you, because Daniel, my husband, goes all over the world speaking, and he had to take steroids for his voice because he kept losing his voice. So in order to project properly and not lose his voice and keep that power, he took lessons from you, and it changed everything. Now, I took lessons from you just to learn sort of projection and how to control your message and things like that. And now my daughter's taking lessons from you, and it's been pretty awesome.
Now it's a family affair.
Yes.
You know, I want to tell your people that most people are just putting voice at the bottom of the rung as far as things that they think they need to focus on to be more successful, to be happier, to achieve the things that they want in their personal or their business lives. And so I know, and you know, and Daniel knows, and Brendan knows, and Tony Robbins knows, and all of the artists that I work with, like Gwen Stefani and John Mayer, or actors like Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Lawrence, and all of these amazing actors and personalities that I work with, they know that voice is way more important. And so when you open your mouth, the sad truth, and we wish it wasn't like that, but when we open our mouths, people make value judgments. And we don't have... Sad but true. And we don't have a half an hour to take them out to lunch and say, you should get to know me.
Right.
You should get to know what I know about nutrition, or what I know about lifestyle, or what I know about how you should think, or how you should run your business. They don't give you the time. You open up your mouth, and within a second or two, people make value judgments about you.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because I know I've had those experiences where I'm like, oh, that person seems nice, but I can't stand that voice. Like, and that's a sad thing to think.
A sad thing, and people think they're born with the voices that they have, and that they're stuck in those voices. But I train people that if people are going to make value judgments solely based on the way that you sound, and they're not going to care about the words you use, then we need to control their perceptions. How should you sound so that in a second or so, people are interested and they want to listen more, they want to hear more. So I train my speakers how to communicate in a way that controls the perception of others, one. Number two, gives them the ability to move people emotionally, because you know this. People don't remember the words you say. They remember how you make them feel.
Absolutely.
But if your voice is all on one note and you have the same volume all the time and you're boring the heck out of someone like you're singing a terrible song and it's just your voice, they don't feel anything except boredom, and they're looking for their computers or their phones to do more texts and emails,
right.
And you've already lost them. So I believe that voice is the most powerful communication tool that you possess, and it's proven over the years.
So let me ask you a question, Roger. So, I mean, obviously, most of the people watching us right now are not going to go be on The Voice. Most of them are not going to go stand on, right, not going to go stand on stage and perform. Most of them are asking themselves, well, why would I want to, control my voice in my normal everyday life? So how can this help them at work or with their families or in their normal everyday world? What can they do with their voice to help them?
Perfect. Most people are trapped behind voices that don't even begin to convey who they really are, the best of who they are, how smart they are, how caring they are, how funny they are, how intelligent they are. They're trapped behind the same voice you hear on their voicemail message. And the truth is that the statistics are staggering of how many people hate the sound of their own voice. And they buy a new phone and they record, "Hi, this is Roger," and they listen back and it says, "Wah, wah, wah, wah," and they're like, "Oh, let me try it again." And 20 minutes later, they're like, "Oh, forget it. I give up. I settle." Well, that voice that you're settling with on your answering machine, on your voicemail, that's the voice that is giving you to the rest of the world. That's the voice that's trying to get you dates. That's the voice that's trying to get you to feel good about yourself. That's the voice that's trying to get you a raise. That's the voice that's trying to get you friends and people to work with.
Right.
And that voice, that horrible voice that you don't like, it can change in a second. You can go from a boring voice to an amazing voice. If you want to sound like you care, there are sounds that work. Just like a great singer can get on stage and sing to an audience and move them emotionally, whether it's make them remember the first time they had their heart broken or get up and shake their booty. A great singer has influence over people's emotions.
Right.
So I just teach you, me, everyone else who opens their mouth that we can all have that same control and move people emotionally.
So it's to influence and move people
and showcase how special you are. And then when you do that, when the right sounds come out and people react to you positively, it makes you feel so good. It's so empowering. One of the greatest things that you can do for self-confidence is to be judged positively by other people, to make the sounds and have the conversations that people care about you, and then you feel good about yourself.
Right? It builds something called oxytocin. So that's that bonding hormone.
Exactly right. They've learned now that if you sing or speak the way that I teach and the way that you do and the way Daniel does, if you do it for an hour a day, that increases your life expectancy up to 8 years.
It does. In fact, music, I mean, you know this, I don't need to tell you, but music, actually different types of music actually increase the positive chemicals in your brain in different ways. So classical music does one thing, things like ABBA do a whole different type of chemical, right. But they actually make you feel good. They decrease anxiety and increase your positive chemicals.
Oh, that's true. So, and singing and speaking the way that I teach also creates amazing sends amazing chemicals to your body that fights against all kinds of diseases. All of that is scientifically proven. But really what I'm just trying to help people is to be successful and happy. And if they find their voice, a voice that shows how special they are, then their lives will change.
So tell me about your new book, because not everybody's going to come to you. Okay, so we know not everybody's
my
coming.
loss. I would love it if you all came to me.
So we would love, you would have so much
fun.
fun.
Come on over. There's lots of stuff in the refrigerator.
Right, I never thought I could sing, and I was singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow within the first day I was here. It was crazy. So he's amazing. But if you're not coming to Hollywood to come have a lesson with Roger Love, it's just like our clinics. We're not having everybody from all over the world come to one of our clinics, so we have to make it accessible to everybody. So you've made it accessible to everybody. How?
In 1999, I wrote my first book, which was called Set Your Voice Free. And it was everything that I knew up until that point about the singing and speaking voice. How to get the speaking or singing voice that you want so that you could change your life and be more successful and be more happy and make great sounds and also sing if you really wanted to sing. So since that time, I've learned so much and my methods have changed and I've gotten so good at making immediate results. Somebody sounds one way, they walk in 5 minutes later, their voices sound big and strong and beautiful and passionate and they're moving people emotionally. So I decided to come out with a new Set Your Voice Free 16 years later with the same publisher that I did before, Time Warner Little Brown. And it goes into the stores December 27th.
Oh, I love that.
And it's on, because I want this to be your New Year's present to yourself or to someone that you care about. And so I've taken everything that I've learned the last 16 years, put it into this book, and it's not just a book. It comes along with a website, a private community website just for the people that buy the book, where it has 50 or 60 audio examples and exercises.
So they actually have you as a coach.
Yes, and video, so that they're reading the book and they're like, wow, I wonder what that would sound like. Click, boom, now they're on the website and they have me singing it and speaking it and doing examples, and then they're speaking into it, and the combination of hearing it and reading it is amazingly more effective to learning it. And then people are having amazing, amazing transformations. So I'm excited about the new book, and it's available for pre-order right now. It's called Set Your Voice Free, Revised Edition, and it's best place to get it is Amazon.com because they discount it all the way down.
Ridiculously, right?
Amazing.
So you guys know that I don't promote anybody I don't believe in. Roger is who we actually use as our voice coach. I actually brought my daughter here today, and he's not kidding. Within 5 minutes, her voice completely changed. She's actually standing right here. But she's so excited because and she's been taking lessons, but within 5 minutes, that big voice began to come out. So I'm just really excited about it. And to be able to give people that opportunity when they can't come see you is, I think, spectacular. So if you want to work on your voice, to be able to command that attention that you've been wanting to command or improve your relationships, there's no one better in his space. I fully endorse Roger. He's amazing. He's an amazing human being as well. So we would love for you to check out his website and this book, Set Your Voice Free, correct?
Absolutely. You can go to rogerlove.com and you can click on it. All the information is there. Set Your Voice Free, Revised Edition, or go to Amazon.com, Roger Love, Set Your Voice Free, Revised Edition, and join with me. Because it isn't really about, do you want to change your voice? It's that you were born with a voice like everyone else, but I couldn't find the manual anywhere. I didn't see it in the crib. My mother didn't give it to me. My father didn't give it to me. So I had to write the manual that would help you realize what you could do with the sounds that come out of your mouth and how people would feel when they heard you.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.
See you later.